We're back in a room full of portals, but we better tread carefully because one does not simply walk into more doors. This week on Hapless Heroes.
That seems like an evil reveal chair to me.
Hello and welcome back to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave and I will be your host and dungeon master for this evening's festivities. And festive we are, as I introduce my cast starting from my left with Zach as Pregnart.
Hello.
To his left we have Phil as Hedrick, the Entertainer.
Just waiting for the next show.
To his left we have Nicole as Boris the Butcher.
My ideal present is a panda.
To her left we have Mike as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind.
Always and forever at my service.
To his left we have John as Lord Jarrell the Light.
Hopefully not too long now, and you can have the time of a good Pregnant.
To his left we have James as Hoblet the Smasher.
Good evening, friendos.
And to round out our table to his left, we have Francesco as Felix Fizzlebottom.
Hold on. Let's make a plan.
Oh! As we last left off, our party has just departed the ideal future back into a decidedly less than ideal, but not as strange as it could be, present. The party has found themselves in a room with portals, but these portals don't go where, they go when. Although at least one of them also goes where. Look, it's complicated. But anyway, you've got, past, present, future, but you also have levels of strangeness there. We left the ideal future where the party had met a librarian of sorts. In a past life, he used to be an adventurer like you who specialized in shooting people in the knees.
Wow. You went there.
I didn't know I was going there until about halfway through the sentence, and I had to round it out at that point. But, so you visit a very distant future zero. By the way, this ideal future might not be the actual future that comes to pass. This future version of zero may or may not be valid in other future timelines.
Right. I'm sure the strange future is very different.
Yeah, but also your future, like your zero might not turn into that zero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's all hypothetical.
Else. Right. I think it should be stated, right? Like, none of us know the deep intricacies of how these, like, time portals work, because we didn't make them, right? We're just kind of, like, observing what is happening.
Sometimes observing and sometimes starting fights in the strange past. One of the two, You
I would say it's observing with reckless abandon.
Yes, we learned that in the strange past, the interns and Hondo are the heroes, quote unquote. And that just did not sit right with most of us.
Sat right with me. I was pretty happy with the inclusion of one member of the strange past Hapless Heroes. Hondo, of course.
Right.
Uh-huh. But now we're back in the present.
Yes, you're back in the room of portals.
Right, where there's this gigantic, like, golden anvil in the center. Or no, sorry, like not golden anvil. It's right, just a bog. It looks like the anvil. Like if there was ever an anvil, this is the anvil.
Yeah, it is flawless. Mm-hmm. So you can assume that this was the Forge of Moradin.
Right, and bonking the anvil with a hammer we recently found in the past.
Yes, in the past version of this room, there was a hammer, and you brought it forward.
Yes, and after...
Pregnart brought it forward.
Yes, and after much bonking, Pregnart
much bonked it.
Yes. kind of figured out that's how you open and close these portals. And turns out if you just try to hit it with intent, it opens exactly where you want it to go. So I think
Like
maybe
Star Trek.
if we're kind of back in the room now, here, it's a pretty good recap, I'd say. We have to figure out how to get to the ideal present, is what Future Zero told us. Ideal Future Zero told us.
Implied, but yes.
And I'm pretty sure he kind of spelled it out.
So
Obviously, and I looked to the door. Now, like that. Remember that red door we smashed down, the one that you were standing in, Jarrell, right? To like make sure it didn't like close or something.
I don't think we broke it. We opened
mean,
it though.
I thought it had like
No, you guys-
exploded in.
It opened
No?
normally, I think, when the room was
Maybe I
silent, and it just stayed open.
Maybe I just know our history with doors.
All you had to do was attach an extraneous E to the end of it, and it would have gotten smashed in no time flat.
Right.
That's true. Hoblet has not been exposed to any words that have the unnecessary E at the end lately. So
Yeah,
I feel
like,
that's maybe why
like
he's
oat.
been so calm. But I'm wondering, like, can we still just see out into the room, like that, the
Mhm.
maintenance room that we had?
Yes, you can. You
Right.
occasionally see one of the dwarves pass by the door.
Right.
None of them
Yeah, you had-
seem to be paying it any mind.
Yeah, you had mentioned that before too. Like once we had crossed the threshold, it was almost as if like it just didn't exist. Okay, we shouldn't say it didn't exist, but just that it wasn't anything noteworthy to them.
Something about it was either unremarkable, or they have been encouraged through some means to find it unremarkable.
Right. Because Jarrell even rolled a good insight check on that one.
Magic and stuff.
Yeah. And magic, when performed by gods, especially in their own realm, does whatever they want.
Now, can we do a quick? How many of the portals are in the room?
So this room has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 arches.
Mm-hmm.
Those, archy, very, Stargatey looking portal things. Yeah.
Right.
Just like that. Just like that.
Yep. Now, do we know what each one of them says?
Yes,
Yes, we
have it.
know what they
I
all
have
say
them.
now.
I have them all written down here.
Oh no.
I took notes.
The red door that we came from, that the dwarves were on, could be the ideal present. For
I
like,
mean, it could be,
Vecna?
but yeah, you're saying whose ideal present? Well, whose room is this?
It's Moradin's, and this would not be Moradin's ideal present. I don't think. Watching
With him,
you know,
with him
essentially-
being dead.
with him, being dead, but like his spirit, or at least like part of his power or divinity, literally implanted into Zero, like a seed to grow, right? As like the aspect of war and creation.
My biggest concern is, so Gerald will say, when we hit the hammer, whose ideal or past or present do we go to? I haven't
that's-
quite determined that yet.
That's a
It
great
seems-
question.
It seems like Pregnant is hitting the hammer and we're going where we want to go, so that, I guess, works for all of us.
I was gonna say the same thing, Jarrell, because, right, like, as soon as we had our minds set on where we wanted to go, all we had to do was bonk that thing once and where we wanted to go open. But yeah, I guess what is determining, right, what this ideal is? Because our ideal would be to have Zero here and all the reinforcements. Like, that's our ideal, right?
Yes.
That's what we came here to do. That's what we came here to figure out. Get Zero and all those reinforcements here and try to push back what's coming.
Jarrell will walk over to Pregnant. Does Pregnant already have the hammer? Did I take it back? I can't remember.
He
Either
always
way,
has it.
Jarrell will make sure that Pregnant has the hammer, and he will say to Pregnant, now think very, very hard. We want the ideal present.
Hot fudge sundae.
So that's what I'm worried about.
Pregnant. Focus, right? What did I just say? I'm gonna look at Pregnant. It's like, I really want him to.
You said focus on hot fudge sundae.
No, I said, I mean,
No.
I mean, listen. A hot fudge sundae could also be there, but there's more to that. So if you could, in the same way, Pregnant, think of it this way, right? And I'm like looking at him. I'm not gonna try to hold your hand. Like, I don't want to touch you, but I'm just gonna try to level with you. Like, you know how when you're cooking something delicious, right? There's a lot of ingredients, right, in the dish that you're creating.
Yeah, salt, pepper, slime.
Right, exactly. Whatever they are, right? You understand that. So think of what we're trying to do here is a very complicated recipe, right? A hot fudge sundae could be an ingredient in that recipe, but the other recipes we need are our divine reinforcements and our pal Zero. So
He wants a banana split.
I think I get it.
And he's
As long
just
as there are cherries
imagining-
on top.
He's imagining Zero kind of swimming in a huge hot fudge sundae.
I mean, yeah, you may be imagining that. I don't know that you're imagining that. I'm just I'm hoping
Right.
that I got through to you.
Jarrell will say,
There's a thought bubble.
right.
There's
Jarrell will
yet another
say,
thought bubble.
fret not, Felix. It's worked so far, and he'll pick up Pregnart like he has before, and use Pregnart he swings Pregnart, who is swinging the hammer, into the anvil. And hopefully, all of us in the room are thinking of the ideal present.
Or at least the two people who are interacting with this anvil simultaneously.
Right.
Now I'm,
wait,
Just thinking of so many cherries.
I'm only thinking of maraschino cherries, exactly.
Dave, this is what you're similar to what you're imagining, right?
Yes. And now see, and here Zach is doing his own Foley. We love it. It's amazing.
I've got a house full of garbage. Just for
It's not
Well,
garbage.
clearly, it's not garbage if you're creating art with it.
That's subjective, Dave.
Yes.
See, this is
Art
okay.
is
I've
This
known a
is,
lot of garbage art, so
these are the things that happen when we do this from home. We just start picking up all the things that we are surrounded by. That would be a pain in the ass to just bring to one place over and over again, I guess.
Oh God, we'd be on the path to all chipping in $20 a month to have a
For a
recording
studio.
space or something.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
You know,
to
if there wasn't a
store all
global
this
health-
shit.
If there wasn't a global health crisis, am I right? Anyways,
Is this
So,
one
yeah.
working? Does this sound any good to you guys? Oh yeah.
yeah,
sure.
it sounds like it.
Yeah, there it
Looks
is.
good. Anyways,
the Jarrell bonks, or Jarrell uses the Pregnart to do the bonking.
So Jarrell is holding Pregnart by the legs, who in turn holding it by his froggy little arms is holding the hammer, and this whole assembly is swung into the perfect anvil. This most imperfect hammer assembly. And we'll go good a good D20 for this one, and nothing discernible happens.
Okay.
okay. I guess that's better than. something
This is the
negative
first
happening.
time no portal has opened once the hammer was struck.
Yes. So let's now
hold-
not make sure we don't hit anything else. For
So-
now. What do you got, Hablet?
Sorry, I was thinking about banging hookers. I was
Oh
not
my
thinking
God.
about what we were supposed to be thinking about. It could be my fault. That could be why the portal didn't open. I was dead.
Well,
The
that's-
ideal present. I got lost in a daydream.
You're
Sorry.
telling me you weren't thinking about that before.
I mean, I was, but I tried to focus, but I couldn't. It just.
I'm
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. The portal didn't open.
Wait, but there's no portal there. That's maybe the problem.
Sure.
Jarrell
Just
will
say-
Let's.
continue to hold the Pregnart and walk out of the red door.
Okay, so you are walking from the anvil down the dais toward the red door.
Very confident that everything that Pregnart and I just did worked perfectly.
10 feet before the red door, stuff starts to get weird.
Okay.
So you encounter what first feels like a resistance in the air. It's not It's not pushing against you per se, but it's almost like something is holding you back from going through there. But not hard enough to stop you, but hard enough to significantly impede your progress forward.
Jarrell will say, "Oh, I believe that something has happened," and he'll continue forward with Pragnar.
It sounds
you
like
are
it definitely.
feeling some things happen, and as you cross an invisible threshold, you pass into something else, and the things you notice.
Is that accurate? Is that accurate to what it might sound like?
I
Dave?
mean, it is now. Hey, shit! What am I gonna do? Come up with something better than a slide whistle? I'm not that guy. The kind of come on, man. Like you're setting unrealistic beauty standards for me here. With a mouth harp. Think about the impact it has on someone like me, man.
All right.
So what you
I'll
see?
behave.
Oh no, don't. This is way more fun. But what you see as you cross into it is entering like a white swirly mist, almost like what it looks like when you're in an airplane and it flies into a cloud and it just all of a sudden it's just white with swirls of either a more opaque white or little flashes of what may be beyond. And it is
Gross.
cold.
Hmm.
It's not
God.
like you've stepped
Very
into
ice
a
cream-like.
snowstorm. You don't feel anything hitting you. You don't feel the moisture. You don't even feel wind with it. It's just cold.
Is there anything chocolatey?
No, not unless like you were really addicted to freezing all of your chocolate, and the concepts of ice cold and chocolate are inextricably intertwined for you. Otherwise, no, it's not particularly chocolatey. But
Question from the
it's
back.
frigid and painful.
Question from the back: What do
Yeah.
we see as they walked through this invisible threshold? Is it? Are they
You
almost,
start to
frozen in
see-
place?
If from behind, yeah, you see Jarrell still trying to walk forward, like picking up his feet, but it's slower, like he's stepping into
Almost like an event horizon. Like if you were to like be, you know what I mean? Like where like there's like almost like time and space
less
is like warped.
stretchy, more almost compressy, like walking into a dense foam, except that he disappeared. Like the parts of him that cross that invisible threshold of it disappear. It's tough for you to see it from behind, but if you were at a side angle, you would very clearly be able to see the fronts of, well, both Jarrell and Pregnart. As Jarrell, how are you carrying Pregnart? Like on the side to the front of you?
Oh, like
I feel
under
like
one
this is
arm.
pertinent.
Under one arm.
Okay, good. So the front half of Pregnart, I'm assuming that you're carrying him under one arm, front half forward, and possibly facing down. But so yeah, the whole front half of
50-50.
Pregnart is in there. And yeah, Pregnart, it is real cold, especially by your head, like that's stuck in there.
Go back. I don't like this.
Jarrell will back up.
Okay, yeah, it is much easier to back up than it was to go in, that's for sure. It almost feels like the space is nearly spitting you out. And the parts of you that exit start steaming immediately, and almost like a little bit of like rime frost is on like your fingertips and the tips of your noses.
Well, that went well.
Right.
Do they look like they're covered in ice cream?
Yeah. What do they look? Do they look any different other than just steaming?
Steaming and slightly frosty on their extremities. Not particularly. I mean, maybe they get a little flushed after coming back into the warmth, but that would be about all that would look noticeably different. They would have to tell you what they experienced, really.
Friends, compatriots.
What the hell was that?
Look around us. Every other time portal we've gone through, and I kind of gesture to the very well built and filigreed portal structures that exist in this other 7 parts of this room where there are portals, right? And then I look at the door that is to where the ideal present would be.
Yeah. Notably, remember, this is happening about 10 feet before that door. So
Still,
approximately where the arch would be anywhere else.
I don't know how to build a portal, but maybe there's an answer somewhere here. And I'm actually going to look. Is Dr. Hines okay? Because the last I know, right, he was recovering from being bonked on the head with that hammer as he exited the strange present. And then Boris gave him some, and I'm going to use air quotes here, heavy air quotes, coffee, dwarven coffee, which is just booze.
My notes said it was half booze.
So, where's he at right now? How is he doing?
Well, he looks like he's doing better. Remember, better's a sliding scale here. But he is currently sitting on the bottom step of the dais, or towards the north end of the room, more or less facing the strange present portal from whence he came. He's currently sitting there, 1,000 yards staring through his hands. Not really saying anything right now.
Okay. Just because, we have another resource here, and, I just want to make sure he maybe is, still in, a place for maybe a quick conversation. So I'm just going to call over to him, Dr. Hines, you doing okay over there, bud? We got some questions.
If you're just calling to him verbally, he does not respond.
Shit.
Felix, sorry, I was very cold there for a second. I do believe that worked. I just think we may have walked into a fudge sundae. Jarrell will take. He has a warhammer that he's just kept on him forever.
God.
He will, I guess, because he's still holding the pregnant. He's trying to decide if he wants to give it to Hoblet, who will ask for the prostitutes. Or Quinn, who wants some cherries, or if whether or not Felix should be the one.
I don't think you're right about this, Jarrell. But you know what? Let's take the most extreme example.
So,
You know what? Everybody here, why don't you state your ideal present? We'll take the most absurd example, right? And
It's pandas. Boris just jumps up and down screaming pandas, not allowing him to finish any sentences.
Okay, so pandas, I guess. Okay? And we'll let Boris strike it. And I guarantee you're going to walk into a similar situation, whatever that was. Because I don't think I think we're missing something.
Jarrell smiles, hands Boris the warhammer.
Before we go crazy here, I can actually perhaps help. I can get us to the door. I can get someone to the door.
You're gonna do plane shift again.
No.
Okay.
I have.
You're plane shifting 10 feet in front of you.
I have a freedom of movement spell that says that I have not read the full deets, but it says magical effects. I basically can give someone the freedom to move, even if there are magical effects that would allow them not to
Nothing
move.
says that this is going to work than just saying you don't know what the details are.
Yeah, and actually, Quinn, I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna look at you for a second and be like, of course, the two guys who like to charge in head first are just doing everything they can to just make sure they can keep charging in head first instead of thinking about it.
Can I hear you say that? Can I hear you say that?
I was thinking about it.
If only someone had a plan.
I did have a plan that I was trying to kind of get to, but no. The second I start even just trying to let you guys maybe just take the initiative, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. I just think you're wrong. So you do you first, and then we'll go with my idea of trying to figure out how to build a portal here.
So wait,
instead.
you're gonna turn it over to them and get mad that they're gonna play their game instead of them playing your game.
Yes, that sounds exactly.
I mean, it's the most Felix answer possible.
No. You're almost there. I'm going to let them play their game so that they can figure out on their own how wrong they are, and that they'll have no choice but to come crawling back to my plan because it was the best one the whole time.
Do we have time for this?
See, time is a funny thing here, isn't it?
I was gonna say.
Boris feels like she's going to lose her opportunity to see pandas here, so she very quietly at the anvil whispers, "Panda's swimming in ice cream," taps it really lightly, puts the hammer down, and then scurries over to where she thinks the portal is.
Oh, Portal of Strange Present opens immediately.
Oh, okay. Strange present.
Oh.
Look, you're going to ask for strange shit, you're going to get Strange Present.
She scurries to the portal that she sees open then, unless somebody stops her.
Boris, no.
Yeah, Hedrick will move over to stop her.
It's, when that portal opens, Dr. Hines snaps to attention. He is very concerned. No! Close it!
I'm just gonna go and smack I'm gonna take the hammer out of Boris's hands and just like bonk the anvil.
Put it down beside the anvil.
Oh, you did? Okay, so I'll just go bonk it real quick.
Future opens.
Ooh, that's interesting. Wait, hold on. That's
regular future.
What will
regular
be
future
if you continue on this path? Ooh, I don't want to see that. No, I don't. It's like how you don't want to see how you die, kind of thing, right? Like you want to know if that's what happens. Like I don't think that's a smart place to go.
Right now we're arguing about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm curious. You use the same hammer to strike the same anvil, but a different portal opens.
And the future opened.
The one that presumably that Felix wanted.
I don't know.
That's what we've been getting so far.
I don't think that that's the answer here.
I think
I'm kind of scared to stick my head into the future.
I think
Jarrell is not scared, and Jarrell and Pregnard will walk.
Go into the future. Oh God.
We have not been through that one, correct?
No, we have not.
Oh. I kind of would like to go with him. I'm an old guy. Let's see what the fuck is coming.
And I look at Quinn and I go, "What did I say?"
I mean, I didn't let it happen.
I'm down to clown.
Well, I mean, you have no choice. He's still holding you.
Right.
And I'm down.
I can liquefy myself at any time. To remind everybody, I can turn into liquid and slip from his grasp very easily at any point in this.
So what you're saying is you like to be carried?
Yes.
Yeah, you're fine with this.
Okay.
Like a little yippy dog.
Ooh.
Like, oh yeah, and Pregnart likes to be carried
hold on.
too.
A decision was made. A decision was made.
Oh, a decision was made. And I just want to see who committed to this one. Who do we have? Who don't we have through there?
You don't have Felix yet. I'm kind of giving it to a something Mississippi before I jump in there after these jagaloons because they made a wrong choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Quinn is not one to jump too quickly to things, so he has also paused.
This is D&D. There's no such thing as a wrong choice.
Well, to Felix, there is a wrong choice, and this was
every choice. It's D&D. Every choice is a wrong choice.
Right.
And a right choice.
It's just a sliding scale of how much plot I can squeeze out of it. And I got some juicy drippings here. It'll be fun.
I am in.
All right, so
are there maraschino cherries in the future? Because then I'm in.
Jarrell and Passenger are in. Boris, you were in, correct?
Well, Boris agreed, but she's like cranky because Felix took away her pandas, so she's like gonna trudge in after him.
Okay, so you're kind of back with Felix right now. Let's see. Quinn, did you go through? Were you so bold? No. Okay,
No,
so
not yet.
you're on the back team. How about Hedrick?
No, I'm always on the back team. What? Please, I had.
That's not the worst. Yeah, that's
you can't
not the worst.
not. You
Yeah,
can't
like, come on.
I didn't
we all
know
know
any
what
of
kind
that.
of podcast this is. 100 episodes in, and we dropped the pretense and got rid of the disclaimer. Like, we
Yeah,
all
that's
know
true.
what kind of party you're here for now.
Right.
But Hedrick, you're staying
Wait
with
a-
those reasonable folk.
Did you just make a?
Yeah, Hedrick, I'm just feeling uneasy about
This
this.
is like episode 6,000.
Y'all are just jumping through these things all willy-nilly. Now, certainly the way we've been going about this has been a rocky road, and there's been several twists along the way.
No.
I will point out,
No.
Jarrell's not in the room, but
No.
you three
Hold on.
jumped through
Phil-
the portal first without really
yes.
considering anything.
We're not, but that was then. This is now. We have more information now.
No, you're now and we're then.
New information.
I think we can all.
You are a true scientist. You'll jump into any experiment at first, and then once you have more details, you then say that the experiment was a bad experiment.
Is there no one going to also acknowledge all of the ice cream puns that Phil just made?
Y'all keep cutting me off. I think we could all use a couple more scoops of information and sprinkle it with common sense.
That's what I'm saying.
I missed both of them.
I'm
I
just
don't
kind of
want-
waiting for these things to shake out, so we can move along. With
I mean,
this.
we've shaken out. We know
Yeah.
who's
So-
in there, and we know who's out.
Hoblet, Jarrell, and Pregnart. It's darker in here than the room you were in before.
Mhm.
You can't tell the dimensions of the room.
I have
How
dark vision.
high,
Dave.
how wide. That's fantastic. The description isn't going to change for your dark vision.
Okay. It's 60 feet too. Just in
That's
case
fine.
That matters.
You don't need the whole 60 feet, maybe about 30, 35 feet in front of you. There appears to be like a little column of light, the only light in this space, really, shining down from some indeterminate point above, is the back of a very large chair. One of those swivelly ones with the nice, like, high back, red velvet wood framing, nice brass tacks. Very nice and cushy.
I'm gonna turn to Jarrell and I'm not sure I like how this feels.
No, that seems like an evil reveal chair to me.
Of course. Don't get me wrong, I'm down to smash, but
Oh my
is this the time or the place?
Pregnart is remarkably quiet.
Right. I mean, Jarrell can't be afraid. I'm gonna keep
Right.
putting that out there.
Pregnart can and is.
A voice from the chair. The frog, at least, understands the concept of appropriate time and place.
Is this Mr. Black?
No,
Yeah, do we,
That
that
is
is
we
no, that's
recognize-
not his voice.
Do we recognize the voice? Do John or I recognize the voice?
Jarrell.
Yeah, shit. Do Jarrell or Hoblet? Shit.
Well, let's see.
Does Pregnart?
Where would your memory be? You could give us a quick, maybe insight check. To
What about
see.
a history? Can I use a history check? I'm better at those.
You know what? Yeah, you want a history check? You can search the annals of your memory through a history check.
No,
I'll
I-
choose.
I would like to do the first check that you offered us to do.
Sure.
That would be good for me.
What did you say the first check was? Insight?
Oh,
Either an
fuck
insight-
off. It
yeah.
doesn't even matter. First of all, I have a plus fucking 9 and I nat 20. So that's like 160.
That is math.
Yep.
So
Yep.
how am I going to tell you this best, James? This isn't
Math for you.
an evil reveal chair. This is the evil reveal chair.
This is going to be
Oh my
Granny
god, it's
Smasher.
Dr. Claw.
Right.
Granny Smasher.
No, but James's, well, Hoblet's
I broke Fran.
suspicions are very confirmed as an emaciated, dare I say, nearly skeletal figure sits in the chair as it turns to reveal Vecna himself, a white, furry cat sitting in his lap, purring contentedly. Oh, come on, did you really think it would be anybody else that you would find here?
Are we able to back up?
Yeah, is the door still there?
Yeah, it's still there behind you.
No, not the portal, the door, right? The red door?
The red door, no, because you're not in that space anymore.
The door to the portal to the future opened, which was the one not where the door was. It opened where the future one already
future
is.
would be, if you were looking at the room, it would be the eastern wall.
Right.
Well, the eastern arc.
Which is why I was discouraging anyone from going there, because I didn't want to see what was there. Like, I feel like what was there was bad. But I'm not here, so you all just deal with that. Y'all just deal with that and just not die.
Are we able to back up into the portal again?
Perhaps.
Oh, I'm sure you could, if that's what you're going to attempt to do.
Perhaps now would be a good time to leave.
Yeah, scoot backwards through the portal.
As you back up, it's okay. I'm patient. I'll be here waiting. Ta. And as the three of you back out, the portal closes.
What am I, dog shit?
Nope, not that one, Felix. Don't go in there. Jarl will come back through the portal, immediately like waving his arms, and Pregnar is in one of his arms. Nope.
There's a scary guy in there.
Hoblet's just not talking. Nope. Like Wednesday at a strip club in the afternoon. There's some things you can't unsee, but you don't really talk to your friends about them either.
Are you doing that right now and just no?
Yeah, Hoblet, Jarrell can say whatever he wants. I have no desire to discuss what I saw in the evil bad room.
James is nibbling on a cold 10-cent chicken wing.
Yep.
Silently.
Uh-huh.
So Felix is gonna just look at, with his I was right face on.
So what's your plan, Felix?
We try to figure out how to contain the where the portal mist area should be, so that we could actually harness whatever weird primordial energies y'all were trying to walk into and almost freezing your asses off in, and actually walk into a portal to the ideal present. Because right now that's just, I feel like, one ingredient. We're missing the other pieces. So I was going to try to talk to Dr. Hines about it to see if he knows anything about building portals that are time magic, because he's the only person here, and if he's going to start raising his voice again, who knows anything about time magic.
Felix.
You could just talk to me. I'm right here.
I was trying to talk to you, and then these guys just started going into portals to the future.
Listen, I can barely manage my own behavior. So I think it's going to need to fall on you or whoever your manager is to contain the behavior of your own party. Clearly, I can't even be responsible for me.
Now, we do know that the portal could be opened with something other than the hammer you found in the past. We do know that it doesn't really matter who the individual is, so long as they're striking with intent.
Well, we just did that, though.
You're talking about multiple ingredients. What if we all strike the anvil at the same time?
All striking the anvil at the same time is not going to construct or acquire materials to build an actual portal containment, like an actual archway or something where the portal can form.
I can make an archway.
Dr. Hines.
So let's start with, what does it actually do?
What does what actually do? The portal?
Well, the archway is not really a portal if it's not turned on. It's just a bunch of rocks in a circle. What do they do?
It contains whatever magic is, allowing the portal to, I don't know, I have a shape, to have some sort of actual structure.
Maybe it focuses.
It seems to already have a shape over there. You just couldn't see it. I'm assuming it had shape. Otherwise, it would take up the whole room.
I mean, I guess it would be kind of like a focus in the same way that we had those little monocles, right? That helped project a portal with those sextant type things, right?
Focusing what, though?
Magic. Time.
Well,
intent.
Intention.
Ooh. Oh, wait. Back.
Time.
When is now?
The present.
Yeah, but when?
About 15 seconds ago.
I mean, like, it's always right now. It's always right now. Right now it's the present. It's just the present. It's always the present.
But it isn't. Lord Lightbeer, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm a little out of sync here. But Lord Light Guy, impressive Holy Slayer guy.
Ah, you're talking to me.
Yes. Sorry. What happened when you went into the portal?
The portal to the future here. There was
No,
a dark...
not the future. The other one. The one that you couldn't get through. The one that we're actually trying to work on.
Ah, yes. It did feel very similar to walking through a sundae, an ice cream sundae. Very similar.
So, cold, but what else?
It was not like an ice cream sundae. I don't like what it was. Not that.
No, I wasn't there. What did you see?
White only.
Ice cream.
White? Like foggy white? Like white room white? Berry white?
I believe it was foggy white and very cold, and we could only move very slowly.
Oh. See, the problem with time travel is people seem to take a lot of things for granted. Define now, right?
Right?
Right.
Right.
If we're looking present, it needs to be to a very specific present. It can't be...
Are you talking about?
Wait. I think I understand. We have to actually
Everybody-
focus on what's actually happening, like what is presently occurring, not what we want. It's just what is happening. We just have to like imagine it happening.
I feel like I
not
took
quite there. And I want to try a little experiment here. And
I like the sound
Not
of
another
this.
experiment.
Dr.
Yes,
Hines
always
walks
another
over
experiment.
to Felix.
Uh-huh.
Look at me. And he goes, does the two eyes thing,
That's my move.
puts his hands up, starts wiggling the fingers on his right hand. Look at this. And let's see. I want to kind of test reflexes. Let's do this with initiative. We're doing a quick initiative contest here to test reflexes.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, just make me an initiative roll.
19.
14. So he does that and then quickly almost slaps around with his left hand. You're just a little bit faster and stop it. Good. Now he goes to Hedrick.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try something similar. Look at me. Puts his hands up, starts wiggling the fingers on his left hand. And we're going to do a similar initiative contest.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Yeah, yours goes up.
I was gonna say, yeah.
You almost read
24.
his mind getting it up. Okay, we'll try one more time. And goes over to Hoblet.
He's about to put up hands to Hoblet.
Eyes?
Your fucking sorcery's not gonna work here.
Yeah. Initiative contest.
You know what, Dave?
Your favorite.
I'm taking this personally a little bit. 'Cause I feel like you rolled the die and then you looked at the screen and you're like, who do I want to fuck with? Oh yeah, James has a -1. Let's go fuck with him for initiative. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Did you get a 0?
No.
-1.
What's 0 plus 6?
Okay, so yeah, you don't win this one, and he just quickly sneaks his hand through and just taps you on the head and sneaks back. Okay, so the whole point here is not everyone's reaction is the same time, right? Because not everyone perceives time at the same speed, which means Hoblet lives just a little further in the past than everybody else. The present isn't the same for everybody. The portal focuses so that the present is the present. That's why we couldn't get through. When we rang it, we had 5 different presents all stretched out over maybe a quarter of a second. It doesn't line up.
Do you want me to leave? I mean, you basically just called me slow. I'm 200 years old. What?
Oh, dear Hoblet. We all knew it.
How do I catch up to time?
Wait.
You don't.
No.
We're just talking about what the portal does. The portal makes sure everyone's time is standard going through.
What if we all were to leave this room and allow Felix to try to travel to the present by himself to get 0?
There's no way that'll go poorly.
I suppose.
I think that's the best plan I've heard so far.
Wait, who asked that?
I did, Jarrell.
That was Jarrell. Dr. Hines kind of walks a little close to Jarrell and leans in. Are you sure you want to trust his ideal future?
Well,
Maybe I should do it.
He had the closest relationship with Zero.
Ideal present, yes.
Ideal present, yeah.
Maybe he's got the best chance of finding Zero.
Listen, I work in theoretical time. I'm kind of in all 3 of them at once. It's not great.
So, which one of us is the most likely to pick the perfect ideal present where Zero and an army of angels can come out of that door?
I was gonna say, do I look over at Boris and she's just like doodling pandas at this point?
Hoblet, you pointed yourself, but you mentioned again
that's
yourself.
Not me. That's a
Who are you
random
pointing
hand
at?
just
Who are
coming
you
off.
pointing at? Oh.
Side.
Oh, I see. You're not pointing
yeah.
at yourself. We can see the rest of your arm, dude.
No, clearly I'm just reaching off the screen. That's someone else's hand.
Uh-huh. No.
You just want the hookers. You just want like a couple minutes in the hooker world.
I don't understand why me going to the. I mean, I know what we want, so why would it be bad?
I'm not saying what all of you want is the wrong thing. We just need to get a portal here so we can focus it.
Jarrell, I mean, I guess this was your ascension quest. Like, you know what we need? You know how to help the situation. You're kind of a holy dude. Like,
I will gladly try it.
why don't
Listen,
you
I'm not a fan of the strange present. Does somebody want to help me just move these stones over to the other side of the room so we can build this portal and get on with our day?
Ah, yes.
I will help.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if that was
You're
just
gonna like send people out to the room and stuff, and
you should have just led with that.
I know,
wasn't-
but I'm
you're the one
too
leading
slow.
this party putatively.
I wasn't sure if we dismantled it, it would retain its properties. I don't know. It's
I don't know. We
really
may have to
that simple.
remix it or something. Look, I'm from the Omega Project. We do science on the fly here, okay?
Well,
He's
I
the
do.
only one here with time magic experience.
Yeah, I trust his
Experience
judgment.
is such a strong word.
I do know the mending spell, so I can at least help out 1 foot at a time.
Ooh, that might be a good one there.
Maybe for the
You'd be
hop-
surprised
the
how
hoppies.
few scientists actually keep that in their spell books. They all want to
Jarrell,
do like create food and water, and they always just turn it to sulfur anyway.
Jarrell looks to Hoblet. Do we just break it then?
Carefully.
Of
Were you
course.
terribly fond of the strange present?
Mm-hmm.
I certainly
I love it
wasn't.
here. I've seen weirder.
Try to keep the actual shape of these pieces intact.
Now, how is it in the wall? How is it connected to the wall?
It's not. It stands 5 feet out from the wall.
And
You could walk behind it.
then the base on the floor, how is that mounted?
It is maybe the spots that hit the floor have a footprint of about 1 foot square. And it's maybe like a block that just comes up a little bit before the stones start arching out and then over and then down.
Jarrell turned to Hoblet. Should we lift it? Keep it in one piece.
We can try. Seems like the most reasonable way to do it.
Can I take a short rest while they're doing this? I clearly
Yeah.
can't lift anything. So
Damn.
I want to get my spell slots back.
There's going to be some skill required in at least putting these things together. Hedrick would like to inspire one of the key members, whoever is acting here. He has several songs.
It sounds like they decided they were going to try to move it as a whole.
Do you have any songs about two dudes doing something passionately together?
You know, like lifting.
When I look into your eyes, we grunt as one. Something like that.
I have like can I use the shape water cantrip to like lay down like a nice sheet of ice between where it is and where it needs to go?
This man's a fucking thinker. Holy
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah.
That is the most novel fucking approach. I love it.
You know what the worst thing, though? I was thinking the opposite, is that while they're lifting this thing, he's putting down this sheet of ice so that they fall. And it's a total clusterfuck.
No. Because, well, I've been thinking shape water for a while because I'm like, can I just make an archway out of ice?
No, because you can only do like, I think it's like 3 separate instances of like a 5-foot cube of space. You can only do you can only have so many of the simultaneous effects active at a time. But it would work if you were to just kind of make like a progressing line.
Yeah, not to mention,
ice, maybe.
It really doesn't. In fact, it's better suited by being almost infinitely thin.
Right.
So at that point, you can cover all kinds of space with it.
Right. And so, yeah, if you can jack up one side of it, I can just lay down a patch of ice underneath one side and then jack up the other side, and I can...
Well, if you jack up one side of the archway, I can lay down a nice little patch of ice, and then you jack up the other side, and I do the same thing, and I can shape water all the way down.
Ragnar, you lay down the ass, and I'll lay down the beats. Move it better, make it stronger, move it, bend it, not much longer, use it fast and shape and smolder, now the mending song is over.
I was expecting doon 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 doon.
His goes ding 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 ding. Don't get it wrong.
Right.
That's how his goes.
Ice Ice Baby has the pickup.
Yo, it's the Green Machine, gonna move in portals without being seen. Have you ever seen McGuggle get down? Slamming, jamming in the portal town. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Never think to show what the pregnant is saying.
All right. So
was that off the dome piece, Phil?
No, that's ninja rap.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, do you
I've got
already
it.
have that prepared?
Oh, no. No, that was just trying to put your name in instead of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
I'm so impressed.
So Jarrell and Hoblet are going to try to pretty much just deadlift one side of this portal onto a thin sheet of ice and then do the same thing to the other side.
So I guess the pertinent questions here are, how much can you guys actually lift?
A lot.
Because this is going to be about, like, the whole archway is about 6,000 pounds of stone.
Oh.
Like about 3 cubic meters worth of stone in total. So, conservative estimate, you have to lift half of that up just a little bit. So 3,000 pounds by 2 of you. Each of you need to be able to lift 1,500 pounds. It's possible that your dwarf might be able to do some of that.
Oh, wait.
Damn.
Well, no, I can't use telekinesis.
Does it increase as my level increases? Does what I can lift, whatever, does that increase
It
at all?
should be based on your strength. And it's
So, for example, with me with a strength score of 8, my carrying capacity, I can only carry 2, what is it?
So I just increased my strength score. I mean,
can only
granted, we're not
carry-
going to be able to do it because
I
I'm
can
not
only
even
carry
close.
120 pounds, right?
I have a couple things in my arsenal, guys. And if
Okay.
you don't allow me to wedge in here, I might just use one randomly.
Do it. I love that when you just fucking do it. Just do
All right.
it. Whichever one you like. You're watching me and Jarrell struggle to lift this fucking teleportation.
Right. And there's clearly no way we're going to be able to pick it up.
There's ways. We're getting smart.
Pregnart casts animate objects on the portal.
Oh my!
I love this one.
And here we have it. Okay. The portal is now an animated arch thing that is kind of like well, you brought up Meatwad earlier, so Meatwad, when he's in his little bridge form, is moving quite a bit like that.
But like stone.
What the hell?
Yeah, but stone, but now it's flexible animated stone. And it's wiggly.
Yep. I'm going to let go.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
and
texture
now
is
this
immediately off-putting to you.
Is there still ice on the floor?
Yeah, I had already laid down a trail of ice from where it is. Well, I guess I didn't say I did, but
There doesn't really need to be now.
Yeah, he didn't say it, he declared it.
Yeah, can this bridge walk over across the room within a minute? What is the movement
Sure,
speed?
why not?
Yeah, its speed is 30 feet, so...
All right, then I guess it can do that, yes. It's a little disturbing to see. It's like a really fucked up sideways moving inchworm.
Portally McPortalface, I need you to move over here.
And it does, wordlessly. And it's probably merciful in that I have no idea what its words would be like.
I think I do.
Crunching of stone.
Yeah, in an entirely unintelligible tongue.
It sounds like this.
There we go.
Yes, yes.
With each step, it does that.
Yep. It's thoroughly disturbing, and it has to walk around the dais area to get there, but it does, and it moves itself into position and settles down with a
Love the commitment, Dave.
Amazing. All right, that is...
Now, do you end the effect on it when it gets there?
Do you have anything else to say, Mr. Portal?
Oh, you were there.
Okay, good night.
And that is level 5 spell slot.
Well spent. Well spent, I'd say.
Just hear Pregnart's inner voice. Well done, old boy.
Sleep well, Portal.
Does the portal still have the inscription on it? Oh yeah, for sure.
Golf clap.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I do not have one written down, so I don't think it had one. Strange Present was blank.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have one written down for that too. We
Yeah.
just know that that's where Dr. Hines came out of, and he
Yeah.
said, "Do not fucking go in there."
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
All right. So, well done, Pregnart. Smart thinking.
Thank you.
Well, Jarrell, would you like to do the honors on the anvil?
Gladly. Question here: does he pick up the Pregnart, or does he pick up the hammer?
Pregnart?
I think he has to pick up Pregnart. That's the only way he's going to hit the anvil. He picks up Pregnart, swings Pregnart, who is also swinging the hammer.
Uppies.
Uppies. Yep.
And let's strike that tone.
A portal to the ideal present opens. You know, the lights and sparks die down a little bit. The note finally echoes out through the room. And the portal has the same warm glow as the others, maybe just a little more golden.
I think this is it.
Indeed.
After several moments, none other than Valen's Avatar of War, the Vessel of Morden, and the Omega Project Prototype Zero step through the portal.
Yeah!
Flanked by the most stereotypical looking angels you have ever seen in your entire life on one side, and a column of burly, bearded, and well-armed and armored dwarves on the other. Zero steps out, glances around the room. You notice he's carrying himself a little differently. A little taller, a little stronger. It looks like the wood has been the paneling that was blown off when he fired you guys away has been replaced with a polished wood. The collar on his lab coat sits a little bit higher and gets a little pointy towards the front. There's even a little bit of like gold trim on it. And he reaches into a pocket, almost elbow deep into a pocket that goes well beyond what you think the coat should go, and reaches in there and pulls out a silver dish with 3 almost perfectly formed scoops of vanilla ice cream, steaming hot fudge, Spanish peanuts, a little bit of whipped cream, and a maraschino cherry.
Yes!
And hands that bowl with a silver spoon to Pregnart. I believe this was for you.
Can I have your
Completely
cherry?
earned it. He completely earned
Wow.
it.
Can I have your cherry?
This is certainly ideal. Here you go, Quinn.
Oh, thank you.
It's the ideal present for everyone. Except for Boris
I have,
and
an
the panda.
I have an ideal present for you, Quinn.
That is true. There are no pandas, and there are no hookers.
There's always hookers.
Yeah, you don't know what those angels are willing to do and what they are.
Oh,
There's always hookers.
Oh, jeez.
yikes.
All right, so before this gets any further afield, I think that was a nice dramatic moment. If listeners, if you like us, we can be found on the internet.
Ooh, yeah. Mhm.
We're in such places as Reddit/r/Hapless Heroes. We're on Facebook, search for Hapless Heroes Podcast. We're on Twitter and the Gram at Hapless Heroes. All of those places will take you to the crown jewel of our internet presence, be it through some sort of sticky post or indicator or something. We'll have some way of directing you from there for a link for our Discord server, and that's the place where you should meet and greet and hang out with us and, you know, interact, be part of a community. It's a wonderful place, and yeah, we would love to have you there to join in our community. It would be absolutely wonderful. Now, if you really like us, you could leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice. If your podcast service allows you to leave reviews, stars, no stars, leave what is honest to you, so that you can help the people who would like us. If you're the sort of person who likes us, leave us a review so that people like you can find people like us. It's a thing. I don't know. I'm not describing it great, but reviews, they're great. And if you don't have a way, in our Discord server, there's a little channel called 5 Stars. Any of those places you leave a review, we'll read that review. We'll read it out loud on here, and we will recognize you as the 5-star person that you are.
Yeah, we got a couple since the last time we recorded, so we'll do one now, and then we'll acknowledge the next person in our next episode. So we have one nice, short, sweet one from Wayward Rebel in our Discord server, just simply saying, "This podcast is amazing. I'm only on episode 65, so you're gonna be excited when you get here, buddy. But I can absolutely say that Hapless Heroes is my favorite podcast. 5 stars to you, Wayward Rebel. We're looking forward to you catching up, because you got some." By the time you've gotten here, some shit's happened. Some shit's happened.
Shit has come to light.
Mm-hmm. And we're glad you're still with us. Any hoozle.
Now,
Yeah. Thank
if you really, really like us, you donate to our Patreon, patreon.com/haplessheroes. We have a variety of reward tiers, and I'm not really going to discuss them here. It's not about that. It's really about us using this opportunity, this space, this time on our podcast to thank you for the support that you, our Patreon subscribers, our Patreon patrons, rather, have given us. It covers our hosting costs. It covers, necessary equipment upgrades, especially as we continue to transition, more and more into a fully remote podcast recording.
Yeah, and actually, quick shout outs for the holidays. Whack Job Tea gave us a little extra this month, just as a way to say thank you. So we'll put that towards some new microphone equipment. Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you very much. And all those things, they also keep us ad and sponsor free, so we don't have to put any mid rolls in. We plug the people that are part of our podcast. That really need a plug, like Tabletop Audio. They consistently get a shout out from us.
Some of that Patreon money goes right back into supporting the creators that help us make this show like that much extra. Like adding the ambiences and doing all that other stuff. Like it's we've gotten some support from some people along the way, and so it's our way of also giving back to them and saying thank you. So thank all of you for your contributions. It's been just we're very grateful for it all.
And if you like us, right now, you like us, Sally Field, and the whole deal, stage a breakdance competition and invite all the best of the best. The breakdancing gang cohorts, like the punk ninjas, the golden rhinos, the techno Neptunes, all the greats, the bests of the best, and have them all meet below the overpass and break out your boombox, and you know what to play. That's right, our podcast, until they can't take it anymore and they really just need to get their breakdances out. But at least try to get through a whole episode. Like, maybe stall. Just be like, hey, I know this will work. This is not supposed to be happening, but maybe we'll just listen to this podcast while I get the actual song queued up, and expose people to our podcast that maybe only break dance regularly.
And to all of our new breakdancing listeners, you're awesome.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, welcome, B-boys and ladies.
Be boys and be girls. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Especially the techno Neptunes. Love those guys.
Yeah. Their windmills are amazing.
They're amazing. Out of this world.
And with that, we're going to outro our cast. On my right, as the fabulous Felix Fizzlebottom, we have Francesco.
I always have a plan.
To his right, as Hoblet, the Smasher, we have James.
I prefer my ideal present.
To his right, we have Lord Jarrell the Light, played by John.
Until next time.
To his right, we have Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind, played by Mike.
I honestly love maraschino cherries.
To his right, we have Boris the Butcher, played by Nicole.
I hope there's more ice cream.
To her right, we have Hedrick the Entertainer, played by Phil.
Touching moments like this, they just make me melt inside.
Yes.
And to his right, we have Pregnart, played by Zach.
I'm going to miss you, Portal.
My name is Dave. I've been your host and dungeon master for this evening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.
Bye now.
Phone down.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Bye.